Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody said, put me in the game, Coach Smook. What's good? What's good? What's good? Good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody in the chat today. We was having some technical difficulties again, man. I don't know what's going on with the airwaves, but yeah, we're looking to have some small technical difficulties, y'all. Man, y'all, I wish I could have seen your boy running this morning. What's up, Still I Rise? Good to see you this morning. The Dalton, good to see y'all, man. Appreciate y'all over there on TikTok. TikTok be showing up and showing out, man. Tap that screen as y'all come in on TikTok. Shout out to the 8 in the chat early this morning. We got started a little bit on time, you know, but we was having some technical difficulties trying to get StreamYard to upload some of the content that we was trying to do. I think StreamYard might be having an issue, so we're gonna possibly have to go ahead and push this show. But we want to stay live long enough to allow everybody to wake up and get in and get on this phone line today, man. We got today's practice and tomorrow's practice left of Alabama football. So Alabama football camp. And then, yeah, I said tomorrow, the Alabama will be practicing this Saturday. I'm pretty sure it'll be semi-scrimmage style, more so for the depth, second, third string. We'll get an extensive look at that. And it may not be scrimmage, but personnel utilizing game planning for our second and third string personnel on both sides of the ball. You got to make sure we're ready to have depth, because first game of the season, man, you don't know what can happen, man, between cramps, you know, just dehydration, whatever. First game of the season, and we're going to be down there in Florida expecting some hot weather. And we know how the humidity is in Alabama, but just think about what it is right there next to the water in Tallahassee. So we're gonna have some good conversations today. Hopefully y'all are here. Hopefully y'all are ready to get to it. Urban Essence checking in. Look at sis already checking in, the first one again. Good to see you this morning, Roll Tide. Tevin, what's good? Good morning, Jason. What's good, brother Greg? How you feeling this morning? Jamarcus, what's good? Man, what my mods at? All my mods, I checked in with them yesterday, and they were all knocked out, y'all. Let me see where the mods at real quick, man. Let me see. Good morning. Let me see where they at. I need at least one in here. What's up, Greg? I know I got y'all in here. I need one of the main moderators in here so we could work the Discord at the same time. What's up, Vaughn, man? How you feeling this morning, bro? Good to see you. Roll Tide, man. Good to see y'all. Listen, man. So I got to sleep. Y'all ever slept too much? Felt like you slept too much? Yeah, that's what happened to me yesterday. I was sleeping way too long and mess around and ended up waking up early, like 2:00 this morning. Roll Tide, Joe. Good to see you, man. Roll Tide, man. Welcome back. I know you've been busy getting ready for this season. See, y'all have to work hard so y'all can have that time off to get ready for the season, man. I feel you. I don't miss those days. I remember the military. We knew around the time it was getting ready to be fall because we went to the field all the time, especially at Fort Hood, man. We was in the field every chance we could be in the field during the summer. And we train. And then in the fall, man, we had so many days off, the holidays, all the leave. So, yeah, I knew when it was getting close to football season because we would train all summer. The summer would go by so fast. I would miss out on all the recruiting coverage and everything when I was in the military. So I'm glad to be on this side of things now and doing what we do now here at the Coach Smook Network. But once again, welcome in this morning. Thank y'all for being a part of the content today, supporting the growth of the network. We got some things brewing as far as fall camp developments and things with the depth chart, man. A lot of veteran players starting to reemerge on the scene. So today in our topics, man, we have a little segment. We're going to call it Don't Forget About This Guy. All right, don't forget this guy. Don't forget this guy. We're going to be talking about some of the players that we may have, in recent years, even as recent as last year. I think there's a few players that we kind of have forgotten about because there's some new faces that's showing up, and they might very so be producing. They might be growing and getting better, but some of these guys were some of your impact players last year and the year before last, and because of injuries or whatever the matter is, we have seemed to forget about them. So we're going to bring some remembrance to that. And we've hit another milestone, y'all. I want y'all to take a moment and clap it up for yourselves. We are at 3.32K followers, man. Y'all give it up for yourselves, AAA family. 3.32K. We was just celebrating 3.3 yesterday. So that means you guys are doing exactly what we need y'all to do, man. And that's continue to just spread the word. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. So let me get this graphic up for y'all real quick. We got a few announcements to kind of celebrate. Let me see what's going on, chat. Where's my graphics? Oh, that's because they put that up there. I'll put this up here. And I think if we just share screen with that. A few announcements before we get all the way into the show, man. And let me pull this over here too. So y'all can tell I don't have my Mary J in the back. I don't have Mary J in the back, so we out here in these streets making it do what it do. Making it do what it do, chat. But first announcement I want to kind of share, and hopefully they talked about it already on all the mainstreams, but if they didn't, you all know how we do. I got to speak with TK yesterday, and very proud of the young man. I believe officially, I think he was a captain last year also, Tim Keenan. But this is huge right here. Seeing these guys named as the team captains. Graphic created by yours truly. Parker Brailsford, Tim Keenan, Ty Simpson, and Deontay Lawson. What was crazy is though, so you got to think, man, all of these guys are seniors, realistically. Got a redshirt junior that's 4 years. Got another redshirt junior in Parker Brailsford that's 4 years. 5 years from Keenan and Lawson. You're talking about real veterans being voted as the leaders. Like, and I don't think this was a just because they're the older guys. These are guys that you're hearing about just consistently showing up and leading by example. So excited to see that announcement made official with the team captains being there. Parker Brailsford, Tim Keenan, Ty Simpson, and Deontay Lawson, everybody. Y'all give it up for your Alabama Crimson Tide captains for the season, man. And I think we actually have that a picture of that in the B-roll, if I'm not mistaken, of the captains that after practice yesterday. Pretty cool picture they have. Oh, yeah, we got it in here. Let me see. See if I can get it up real quick for y'all. It was somewhere around here. Here it is, 158. Yeah, let's remove that. Let's add this on there. There they go, y'all. Pretty solid right there, huh? Go back. Go back. Go back, Coach. That's pretty solid right there, man. Shout out to Alabama football for the photos. University of Alabama Athletics providing the footage for us. We put the little slideshow together, but yeah. Y'all give it up, man. What y'all think? Good selections as captains? Good captains right there? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments right there. So let's go ahead and get into the show, everybody. Appreciate y'all for being in the chat again. Like I said, man, we getting back to the season. Fridays. I want to remind y'all that we will be putting out an announcement for our schedule going forward through the fall season. Be on the lookout for that. Also, be on the lookout for the merch. Be on the lookout for the merch, man. If you want that merch, you want that AAA Coach Smook Network merch, exclamation MERCH in the chat. That'll get you the link, and you can go check out that link. And all shipping and product material being made is done through a third party. So if you have any issues, they provide their customer support and everything of that nature. So until we get a vendor and sign with somebody, that's what we'll be doing it. But I appreciate your support on every level. And don't forget, y'all, welcome in, come in, make sure you liking the stream, making sure you're sharing it, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, making sure you're doing all of those things to help the Coach Smook Network grow. Let me get Mary J's banners up. Hers are up to date. Here we go. She's still here in spirit. But y'all, thank y'all for tapping in again. And I man, coach people. What? Okay, anyway. What's good, everybody? Am I freezing? StreamYard is acting bad. It's acting up on us. But back into the show, man. We're gonna jump into it. Let's get into it. We've already been discussing and covering Alabama football camp, fall camp, the whole camp. We've been on the inside. We've been doing what we had to do. We were able to go to the second scrimmage. We were able to give our account. Now it's starting to get to the part of the season where you're going to see a lot of the media availability is limited, and we're literally strictly going off of what we perceive from what's being said in the interviews, right? And if you all watch Kalen DeBoer's interview, it seems that there's a level of confidence going into this season that's a lot higher than it was last year. That's the first thing you see, even how he handles the press at the University of Alabama. So I love where we're at from a fan standpoint, from a coaching standpoint. I think we're in the best position possible with retaining majority, all of your staff minus Coach Hitchler leaving and going to take on another DC position. But you maintain all of your staff from that first year where you went 9-3 in the regular season. And the 3 games that you did lose, 2 of them was only by less than a possession. So, but you won some big road games, right? You won some big home games, and you were 1 game out of the SEC championship game, and you were technically ranked the number 11 team in the 12-team playoff format. You should have been in the playoffs, but technicalities had you replaced. So with all those things aligned, I think this staff is probably the best group of personnel we could have put together from a standpoint of transitioning from Coach Saban and his way of coaching the college game starting to kind of lose its grip, right? As far as being dominant, the way his way was, there was a gap closing. And I think we're at a position now with all the coaches and the staff that we have on hand, I think we're in a position now to re-separate or separate once again from the rest of college football. And if you look at the blueprint, Coach Saban did it literally the same way. This is literally the Coach Saban blueprint. He got a bunch of strong-minded personnel who specialize in tight end development, who specialize in offensive line run blocking scheme, pass blocking scheme, offensive line development. Like, he went and got the best products out there that would fall in and fit the overall philosophy of how he wants the game to look for this team. And you see that develop, and when these things mesh together good, because it requires a little bit of vulnerability, right? And then you have to be humble, right? You have to be humble. You have to place your ego at the door. I don't care if you were a defensive coordinator, head coach, whatever. Beforehand, you're the tight end coach. Here, you're the offensive line coach. Here, you're the defensive coordinator. Here, that's what you have to accept. And when you use all of that leadership value and expertise that you have from that position, that previous position, and you let it fall in line, and you simplify it to maximize the effect you have on hand with the player development, that's when you see a dangerous staff. And I think that's what we have with the staff. Coach Kirby Smart was able to do that in year 2, getting over to Georgia, arranging his staff the way he wanted it. And you saw for the next 3 to 4 years, Georgia was able to dominate on all facets of the game. We're talking about recruiting. We're talking about on the field. The most winningest team had the longest home record streak for 2 seasons in college football. And I think their home record streak is still going. Good luck with holding up on that in September. I don't think that, man. I'm telling you, I've been going back and forth with Georgia fans. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. We're gonna actually do that on the call-in segment. But I've been going at it with some Georgia fans, man. They really believe that they doo-doo don't stink. What's up, Vaughn? Appreciate the gifts, man. Big homie, appreciate the gifts over here on TikTok, man. Y'all hey, give it up for these guys, man, supporting the Coach Smook Network with their gifts, y'all. You don't have to do that. You don't have to support that like that. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all do, man, I definitely appreciate it. It's hard for me to see everything today because, you know, I ain't got my Mary J. But I ain't gonna keep crying about Mary J. She got stuff to do too, man. I ain't gonna keep crying. It do feel weird without Mary J being here. I don't care what y'all say. I feel like I'm clicking way too much today. I'm spoiled, y'all. I told y'all, man, I got a team, bro. My team lit. Hey, continue to run the likes up on YouTube, man. We got 16 in the chat on YouTube, 9 likes. Let's get up to our 25 like goal before the end of the stream. Continue to share it up. Joe, I be trying to tell these Georgia fans, man, they gotta come to this reality that they have not reached the pinnacle. They will never be Alabama. They will never be what we were at our peak. Maybe they got a glimpse of it with their back-to-back. Whoop-de-freaking do. Whoop-de-freaking do. You took advantage of portal and NIL period. Being able to keep cats at Georgia. Y'all benefited from it. Whoop-de-doo. Rico, appreciate the like on Facebook, man. Twitter, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. All 43 of y'all on Twitter, man. But, Deborah, what's good? Good morning this morning. Good morning this morning. Roll Tide, chat. Sully, what's good, man? So, we talk about it, right? We talk about all these things coming together for Alabama football. And with fall camp coming to an end this weekend, I really think the roster development and depth chart will start to be more prevalent. You will start to hear certain names become more prevalent in the discussions. And when I say that when you hear these reporters and they're asking like which freshman might get impact playing time, you'll know who it is. You'll know Dijon Lee. You'll know Abdul Sanders Jr. You know, if these guys have done what they need to do to prove themselves, I believe yesterday's practice was the day where they kind of set things in order. You wake up today and today's practice is more so game week prep. And you have to still kind of mix in the situation of having QB2. You got to find out who QB2 is. Who's the number that's going to get called if something crazy happens with Ty Simpson, whether that's injury, whether it's, you know, lack of productivity and performance. All of these things have to be factored in as a coach. You can't just go out there with your A plan, your game plan A and think that's going to be it. You got to be ready to adjust, something that we were not able to do effectively last season. So with all the experience on staff, we shouldn't have those problems. But once again, that's some stuff you got to remember. So with doing that, you have to look at your roster. You look at how you're developing, right? And that's the problem with a lot of fans. I don't think we understand and give enough value to the developmental piece of what's going on during these camps, during this time, getting ready and prepping for a season, especially at this program like the University of Alabama. So let's talk about some personnel that may be on roster that people have kind of forgot about. And I'm going to tell y'all, don't forget about these guys, because these guys are starting to, they might have had to nurse back from some injuries, come back from some injuries, or, maybe there was a situation like let's say for Bubba Hampton, that the injury bug put him off the roster, and you got guys coming in that's, you came in with a talented group. Now you got an even more talented group that just signed, and Latier Brooks and Derek Meadows, and you got Jalen Mbakwe is on that side of the ball now. So you're looking at a steep hill when you're talking about getting the opportunities. But don't forget about these guys, because the first 3 weeks, I truly believe that we're going to be able to see a lot of these guys. And I'm gonna just use the roster here on the Roll Tide website, right? RollTide.com. If y'all want to look at the official roster, this is where I reference everything when it comes to Alabama's roster. All right. So I know we've been excited about Cam Calhoun being on being transferred into Alabama. I know we talk about Damani Jackson. I know we're excited about Dijon Lee, but I want y'all to remember there was a true freshman last year that started all 12 regular season games for Alabama. He started all 12 regular season games for Alabama, played significant snaps, and I think was number two in defensive efficiency when it came to defending the pass, right? Had the most targets thrown at him, and his completion percentage was the lowest of all the secondary, all the personnel, the cornerbacks that lined up on the field. And there's Xavier Brown. Don't forget ZB. I think we forget because he played so well. Made a few freshman mistakes. We heard Coach Womack talk about this. Made a few freshman mistakes last season, as you would expect a true freshman coming in to do. Made a few freshman mistakes, but do you really hold him to that when you look at the impact that he was able to make after making those mistakes? Never got down on himself, never gave up on plays. You saw him make some hustle plays down the field. What's up, Dwayne? Good to see you, family. Good to see you, Roll Tide. Yo, Shancy, good to see you, Roll Tide, family. TikTok turning up over there. But yeah, so let's not forget about Xavier Brown. You remember his ability to play that lock man coverage. That's what stood out when he had to play that is me and you, Brown Island, Xavier Island, right? When he was in those situations, he was very successful. Some of the concepts, the pass offs in different zone coverages kind of got him a little bit. As a freshman, you're going to see that. That's why I'm glad we have the veteran presence back with Damani Jackson, Keon Sabb, those guys in the secondary. And then you got to transfer. Cam Calhoun came in with his experience. You're talking about Cam Calhoun is a junior, I believe, right? Redshirt sophomore. So basically, he's in his third year of college football. Has seen a Michigan scheme, right, where he started at, then transferred to Utah, where he was an impactful slot nickel corner. Boundary at Utah, and now we see him doing the same thing at Alabama. When you already had two strong man cover guys in Damani Jackson and Xavier Brown, now you bring in Cam Calhoun. I'm telling you, man, the guy that benefits in this situation is the guy that we almost forgot about, and that's Xavier Brown. Don't forget about ZB. That's all I'm gonna say. What's up, Antoine? Good to see you, man. Good to see you this morning. Roll Tide. Y'all make sure y'all run that chat up, man. Continue to like and share. Next name I'm going to get on this list, man. We're going to continue to stay in the secondary. And I think I think I was the hardest and the toughest on this young man last season with some of his performance because I felt like he wasn't put in the best positions on some of those shifts and some of those calls. But I think he learned from all of those times where he probably got toasted or he got overextended, got out of phase in coverage. Never gave up on the play though. And when it came to run support, that's something that we've never worried about when it came to this young man's performance. And that's none other than my youngin. Don't forget about him. Don't forget about him. Another true freshman last year that came in, started. I think he started 9 games last year. It was all but 3 games, but still played impactful snaps when he did start. Came in and took basically moved Devontae Smith out the way, and that's none other than our guy from Phoenix City. Phoenix City's finest, Red Morgan, man. Red Morgan playing boundary now and looking good, y'all. Looking fluid. His ability to play close to the line of scrimmage and be aggressive and press coverage. It took, I think, when you have a guy that may not be as quick in transition as the rest of your corners, but he's strong at the line of scrimmage. You're able to leverage him to where he's not overextending and reaching. And when I say leverage him, you're putting the defense, you're putting personnel in place to where if they could walk down and press cover within that 2 yards of the line of scrimmage and get their hands on guys and play better like that, I'm not going to put him in a more open space to give the receiver more options to beat him at. It's either you're going to beat me inside or outside, and I'm gonna face it. See, with playing that, trying that in the slot, you got so many more options you got so many more other things to have to dissect. Because a lot of times that rover, that nickel corner, he may be lined up over the slot, but his assignment might be, jam, ride till he passes off to the seam or till he passes off to the curl flats. His assignment might be checking jam to the tight end that might be releasing to his flats, or checking to the running back coming out the backfield, or he might be the overhang spy because you have a mobile quarterback. So that was a lot for a true freshman to process on a weekly with all the different game plans, and you could see that in some games where it will be his opportunity to press up and play man. You got one high look, you got to walk down. There's no other assignment. And you can tell sometimes he thought when he had one eye, he had help on the seam, and would see it late, chasing things down late, still hustling. So seeing him on the boundary, I think this is more comfortable for him. And I think with the rotation that we're going to see in the boundary corner position, Red Morgan going to be a guy to watch for. I don't think this staff is just going to throw him to the wayside because you got some younger guys in there that's popping right now. That's more natural that came in as natural boundary guys. I think Red being able to play Husky, being able to play some of that boundary, that rover, I think that just creates more value for him, and that's what's going to keep him in the rotation. And I think he's going to be huge for special teams. I think he's going to be on special teams, and I think he's going to be huge for special teams. His fire, the way he likes to get after it, the type of pop he brings when he hits, that's just momentum. That's the type of energy we used to have with those dominant Alabama teams when your defense was the catalyst, but you had big plays on special teams by future defenders. So I would love to see guys like Red Morgan, QB Reese, Abdul Sanders Jr., Luke Metz, those guys that have been, Justin Hill put him on some of that special teams. Kickoff team, I'm telling you, the kickoff return team, it should be nothing but headhunters on them front 2 lines, man. Nothing but headhunters. All them tight ends we got, Ty Locke. Is it Ty Locke there? Yeah. Jay Lindsey. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, we got a lot. Don't forget about Red Morgan, though. Don't forget about Red Morgan. All right. Next. Let's jump down to the linebacker room, y'all. And it's funny that I have to say this. It's funny that I have to say this, and I think I'm only saying this because he's a transfer, and then I think more so than anything, I because of what's going on with Deontay Lawson working back in and having to. He said, "How's Chuck doing, man?" I think I just got done talking about Chuck. I didn't say nothing about Chuck. How he's improving daily. The thing is, when you see number, I think he's number 19. Is Chuck number 19? I think Chuck is number 19. Let me see. Cause I thought that was like a sophomore or junior when I seen him walking out last week. What number is Chuck? I think he's number 19. Let me see, chat. I'm trying to scroll real quick. Yeah, number 19. I didn't know Chuck was that big, man. I didn't know Chuck had put on that much weight. Like 195 on him is he looks stocky, man. Him and Taylor. Him and Ivan Taylor. They look stocky, bro. They look like junior, sophomore class, like stocky. Dre Kirkpatrick, all of them look stocky. But yeah, he been doing good, man. Just coming in, him coming in the fall, I think is the only reason why you won't see him be one of those true freshmen that's overutilized or put in those down to down situations, because I look at what his skill set brings. We just got done talking about Red Morgan playing boundary, right? When you got guys like Chuck McDonald that's played at every spot in the secondary throughout his career, right? A true DB defensive back, can play safety, can play nickel corner, can play rover safety, strong safety, can play any boundary corner, can play weak side corner, provides the solid run support, attacks the ball in the air, has great ball skills, very deceptive in as far as his awareness. When you have a guy like that, it's kind of hard to say that he's ready, right? Because a lot of that, when you have him show up in the fall, is based off of what you saw him do on high school film. Like, you don't have those extra 18 practices like you did with Dijon Lee, right? Or them 15 practices that you had with Dijon Lee to see him come in and what you had available in the secondary for spring ball, see him come in and fit, and then not just turn over physically, but turn over mentally what you're getting in the film room, what we're asking you to do. So that's different when you get guys like that. So Dijon right there, Chuck right there, just if he had been here in spring, I guarantee you we would be talking the same storyline that we were talking last year. Freshman defensive backs in Alabama's defense, right? Right now, Dijon Lee probably the fourth guy on the rotation, meaning right behind Cam Calhoun, who's the third guy in the cornerback room. Dijon Lee, the fourth guy. I think if we were being real, I think Chuck might be the sixth guy behind Red Morgan, or Deshaun Jones. I keep forgetting about. I don't forget about him. We've talked about Deshaun Jones, how his veteran experience and how impactful it's going to be in the secondary. But let's not forget about this linebacker. And somebody else asked the question, what am I hearing about Noah Carter? I literally was going to talk about Noah Carter. People forget that, and technically not a transfer, right? But got out of his national letter of intent to join the Crimson Tide, right? Got out of his national letter of intent to join the Crimson Tide. Didn't see a lot of action last year, not a lot of meaningful action. We saw him get a few snaps. I think it was the Mercer game. Saw big Carter out there. But I'm telling y'all, and I know y'all saw Brody Smook kind of right on it, but we talked about this going into the scrimmage, scrimmage number two. We talked about how some of your guys that are really coming into the mechanics of their frame are starting to pop. When you have a system that develops players, like really develops players skill set, mechanic wise, when guys like Noah Carter are getting coached by people that have played the position at this level, Coach C-Rob, I'm telling you, you're going to see the development factor. And I think Noah Carter's thing was getting used to that frame. I think he showed up at Bama at like 220, 215, 220. I mean, just long frame. Now he's sitting at 243 and still going to put on some more weight in that 6'4" frame. Got that 6'7", 6'6" wingspan. He's starting to show that twitch that you want to see from a frame like that. I keep telling y'all, man, one of the most underrated edge rushers that Alabama had, outside linebacker / defensive ends that Alabama has had in recent years and during Coach Saban's tenure, was Terrell Lewis. I think he got robbed of so much. I mean, like, as far as the depths his talent could have took him, in that frame. Terrell Lewis was like 6'4", same frame as Noah Carter, 6'4", 250, but could move, man. You're talking about Noah Carter. This is a guy that could be playing tight end right now. He will be in the tight end rotation right now. He could play tight like right now. Noah Carter can line up. You could put him on the end line of scrimmage. You could put him in the slot. You could split him off at the X, like put him in Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer's offense, and I guarantee you we will still be talking about, he's turning it over, because it was going to be either that or what he's doing now at the linebacker position. And you needed him to hone in on one or the other, because he was green in both statuses and was dominant in high school. So you take that freshman year, you put your hair down, you get in the weight room, you put that weight on, you get your frame right while still working on your mechanics on top of your natural ability, and is naturally going to start popping when you're in a system that develops players. And that's what's happened with Noah Carter. So definitely could see him getting some somebody said Tim Williams too. Facts. What's up, Wade? Good to see you in the chat, my boy. Roll Tide. Tim Williams too, absolutely. 100%. Same guy, but I don't think Tim Williams was underrated. Shout out to my sweetie for tapping in on TikTok. I see you made it to work too. I've been watching. I was waiting for a text. The phone right here. Look, text message, whole thread open on you. Was waiting for you, boo. But nah, Tim Williams, absolutely that frame. But I don't think Tim Williams was underrated. He had opportunities. He the injury bug didn't kill Tim Williams like it did Terrell Lewis. I'm telling y'all, man, go look at that time where the season where he was healthy. He came into the season healthy. He got injured first game. I forget who the first game was. That's what I'm saying, big homie. This is what I'm saying. Like, you got to think, Noah Carter can still put on 10, 15 pounds of lean mass on this frame and still be the edge rusher that can be the bandit also. Like what you get from LT Overton. You can put LT Overton at the wolf position. That's why Ja Latham is over there now. You look at the frames of these guys and look at what they do in these frames. It's crazy. His name was Terrell Hall when he first got to Bama. Who? I don't remember that. I thought it was Terrell Lewis. And wasn't it Terrell Lewis? Am I tripping? Wasn't it Terrell Lewis? Maybe I'm tripping. But you got Noah Carter. Don't forget about him. We'll get to see some of them. We'll get to see him a little bit this season. I truly do. I truly do believe that. Especially that edge rush room, man. Justin Hill, the true freshman, we've been raving about him and what he's been doing. Yancey Pierre, Quay Roussard, those three guys in front of him. Noah Carter. Those are some guys, right? Those are some studs. And he was not a true linebacker. He was not a true defensive end coming out of high school. He was an athlete. He was an athlete. Noah Carter. I think it was a highlight on his film, right? And y'all remember we did the reaction. I think it was a 65-yarder? A 65-yard reception where he laid out for it. Caught it in between double coverage. I mean, literally, the quarterback just gave it all he had in the middle of the field, and Noah Carter runs up on it. The way he tracked the ball, that's what wide receivers do. And he didn't even line up at the tight end. He lined up at the X position, like as a split wide receiver. So we gotta appreciate athletes like that, but we also gotta appreciate the system that he's developing in. Oh, his name did get changed. Okay, it was Hall. Or maybe that was a misprint. Why would that man? Did he change it? He changed it. Was there like a 30 for 30 story behind it? Why he changed his name? Like his stepdad raised him type stuff? I don't know. I'll tell you. Y'all be knowing too. All right, so another name we can't forget. I'm gonna stay on the defensive side. I gotta go to the D line for this. Hold on. Let me zoom out real quick because it's taking too long to scroll. You know what? Let's stay in the linebacker room because I just went past the name, and I want to make sure we don't forget this young man. And you're talking about a guy that's, I mean, since he's been at Bama, even under Saban, we've seen flashes of this young man. We've seen flashes of what he can do. And he hasn't had the best as far as, I think, timing and development, right? Because of the different positions he's been asked to play. You're talking about a guy that played interior defensive line when he first showed up at Bama. Ended up playing the edge a lot the last 2 years. Got asked to play more of the defensive end style technique last season in his fourth year. And now as a graduate senior, right, that's coming back for his fifth year eligibility, Ja Latham is now looking at it at a spot where if he's not really bought in, it would show. And I'm gonna say this: it takes a lot to go. You have one side of the defensive line where you were playing last year in an impactful role. You and LT Overton were the guys for this position, and that's the bandit position. You see Keon Keeley, you see Kelby Collins come in, you see Fatua Henry. They add depth to that position, and they kind of progress. And it provides you an opportunity to go back to the wolf room, the wolf side of the D line or the front, and you're supposed to be like the veteran presence to provide that for sure presence behind Quay Rousseau if Yanzi Pierre, if Noah Carter, if Justin Hill don't develop at the rate. But now you find yourself at a situation where all of these things have happened in favor of development of each players, right? On both sides. I feel like at the level that they want the depth to be developed at, they're comfortable with the guys that's in front of them. And I'm going to say this, Ja Latham is more so of the true defensive end. You look at his size, look at his frame, he's more so of that true defensive end for this 4-2-5 scheme. But he possesses lateral quickness and speed that most don't at his size. So you can make him, you can slide him to the other side. You can flip him to the other side and allow him to be your specialized pass rusher / edge containment wolf play call personnel. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have when you have versatile skill sets. Wade said, I don't feel like the coaches are confident in Keon Keeley. I'm gonna respond to that in a second. I'm gonna tell you something about development with guys like Keeley. We've seen this happen with two different staffs when it came to Keeley, and you're talking about two sets of eyes. So we'll talk about that in a second. Wade, I got you though. But Ja Latham, let's not forget about him. I'm telling you right now, I don't think he'll play 20 snaps a game. I don't think it'll even. He might be one of those guys that's getting maybe, and I'm talking about because of the schedule and a lot of teams that we're playing, he won't be one of those guys that's getting the 15 plus in that rotation. Right? You talking about a defense that's probably we want the defense snap count wise, talking about getting 3 and outs and forcing turnovers. The snap count for the defense is going to be lower than is projected. Let's say we're projecting it to be lower than what we've seen it be over the last few years because of the rate of turnovers and the way we're going to be able to cause disruption against different offenses. So let's say, for instance, you have a defense averaging, anywhere from 56 to 62 snaps a game. Right? The average across college football last year was 67. So if we're talking about a defense being elite, that means you're getting off the field quicker than most of the country, most of the average. So 62 snaps, anywhere from 56 to 62 snaps, that's 5 less snaps than the rest of the country. We're talking hypotheticals here. Y'all know how I like to get with my projections and stuff. So you factor that in, and then guys like Ja don't get opportunities because what's happening in front of them is so impactful. It's so game changing. And so you're limited. Maybe your 4 snaps in the game provide you an opportunity to get in on a 0.5 tackle. But when you turn the film on, your 4 snaps look perfect because you're doing your assignment. Whether that's sealing the edge, whether that's making the right key to force a read to make a big play, right? So all of these things matter. And when you have a veteran guy like Ja, who's been through it, who's been on both sides of being a guy that's being counted on and a guy that's been kind of rotational, you can depend on a guy like him to be a true leader in the room. Great young man there. Don't forget about him, though, because I guarantee you any major injuries or major lapse or lack of production from guys like Wade just talked about, Keeley, from guys like Collins or Henry or Justin Hill's not ready yet, right? You're going to need a third guy, reliable guy that can go to either side of those edges, each edge of that defensive line, and Ja Latham is that guy. And like I said, today is that day. Let's not forget about some players. Now let's talk about Keon Keeley. Let me see if I can find him real quick. He's up here about it on the D line. Let's see if we can scroll up here and find him. There you go. Keon Keeley. So you the NCAA just add James Smith to the game. He's if he is added, thank God, because I'm tired of seeing L Fox. Who is Mr. Fox? And yes, I will be gaming today after this live. We got some post-practice report information. We'll be reporting through TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok and you're not watching the gaming content, you're missing out. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and play against Florida State today too. I'm gonna go ahead and play against Florida State. I found a Florida State user, and I'm gonna go ahead and call him out. I want all the smoke. I ain't even been able to practice the game like I want to, but we're gonna get it in today. I don't feel like the coaches are confident in Keeley. I'm gonna tell you, sometimes when guys start turning the corner, you have to bring them back down to earth, right? I think this is the time to do it. I think this is the time to do it. And I'm telling y'all right now, this is with all of the things happening with this defensive front, you have to get down and start checking egos. And from what I've been hearing, man, Keeley has such a great scrimmage, number 2. He came in kind of lazy Tuesday. And I'm not saying he had a bad practice, but you kind of could tell by a guy's demeanor. And you want a guy like Keeley, you want him to stay on fire. So I believe that's more so of a thing to keep him grounded, man. And a guy like that, like Keeley, man, you wanna keep challenging him. All he needs is 1 year of popping off. He can pop off this year. LT Overton experienced some injuries last year. Keon Keeley and Kelby Collins are going to be counted on early. They're going to use this depth on the D line. And I think right now, for what they want him to do, I think we see Keon Keeley in a situation where he's getting anywhere from 15 to 18 snaps a game. And they're all specialized, gap shooting concepts. Limited on containment, limited on 2-gap containment and hold up. I think his thing is shoot this gap, create pressure, shoot this gap. And that's what they want him to do with all of the skill sets that he's added and all of the moves or the rushing packages that he's added to his arsenal, right? I think he's going to be good. What's up, Flaw, my sister? Y'all, hey, let's take a minute right now. Let me go full screen and give it up for my sister, man. Really Flaw Football. Listen, if y'all have not seen our little, her top 25, I believe it was, the top 25, her vlog series. It wasn't really a vlog series. It's like a series of different collabs she did with representatives from each fan base. And yeah, man, it was a vibe, man. It was definitely a vibe. Definitely trying to get her to come on to the Coach Smook Network next week for kickoff week, man. Come in and drop a few gems for us so y'all could continue to support her content. If you haven't, make sure y'all go subscribe to Really Flawed Football, man. She's a solid creator and knows her football. One of the female voices in the college football space in this industry that knows football. As you all know, we know Leanne Herring, too, from Ole Miss. She'll be coming on next week to collab and do some content with us. So we got a lot of guests showing up. Just wanted to show her some love and give her her flowers while she's here. Appreciate you for coming through and saying hello. I know you busy and I know you didn't have to, but you did. So thank you. I appreciate you. Shout out to my guy, Sam. What's up, Sam? What's up? Roll Tide, man. Good to see you in the chat this morning. Y'all continue to run the likes up, man. We got 26 in the chat. We should be almost at our goal already then. Y'all keep on running them likes up. We need 7 more likes to get to our goal, man. Thank y'all for being here. For real. And TikTok, continue to tap that screen. You remember Adrian Hubbard? Big homie, you got jokes. Okay, big homie got jokes. Right, boy, what's good, family? Good to see you. Show me year 2, wouldn't miss it. What's up, Roll Tide, man? Listen, show is in the house, y'all. Roll Tide. Y'all want to play it one time while he here? Y'all want to play it one time? As a matter of fact, we at the 52-minute mark of our show. So while we in it, y'all, let's take a break real quick. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about some more guys not to forget about. Listen, this here is the reason why
we do what we do, man. Everything that y'all supporting. Antonio, I appreciate the gifts over there on TikTok, man. Y'all going crazy on TikTok with the gifts, man. Chill out, man. Y'all trying to make a brother cry. But no, this is why we do what we do, man. We want to continue to build this community. If you want to join the AAA family, if you want to really be a part of this growing network and help support the content and help it continue to grow, this is how you do so here on the Coach Smook Network.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Coach Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
Let's go. Give it up. Let's go, man. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome back. Listen, we've been having some fun on the show for the past couple of weeks, man. And I really just want to thank y'all, especially on the TikTok side, man. TikTok has been going crazy. Cherry, appreciate you for pulling up, sis. Listen, I be trying to tell y'all, we have something special brewing. And y'all know how hard it is for me to keep secrets from y'all. So, when I say something big is about to happen with Coach Smook Network, and I'm not just saying with just the network stuff, I'm talking about like for people that's connected on the personal side of things, like stay connected, y'all. Stay connected. I pray for this team. I pray for this network. I pray for this community every day. I'm so serious. And I'm not just talking about the AAA community. I'm talking about the community in this industry, right? A lot of people have tried to associate me with this narrative of creating mess and hating on people, but nah, I just have a strong opinion, right? And I've never said anything I don't mean or felt like I had done my research on. And when I did my research on this next move that we're making as a team, as a network, man, it's going to open so many doors. We've already started a trend. Y'all see how so many different shows are doing these intros, and they got customized music, and you know the backdrops is a big thing now. So we're already creating a trend. And Sully, you already talking about it. We about to jump into these next subjects after we talk about our offense, our offensive guys who got to forget. But I'm telling y'all, once we make this jump, once we make this leap, we'll still have a YouTube presence as always. That's always going to be a main thing. But what we're doing next, man, is going to be crazy. High school, college, pro. I mean, I even think we're going to have enough support to do the little league, and literally it's going to be a vibe, man. And I can't wait to reveal it to y'all. So y'all continue to support the Coach Smook Network, and some huge things are coming. Shout out to the Big 31 in the chat. Continue to run the likes up. Run the chat up too, man. I want to hear some more questions. As a matter of fact, I feel like we've done enough. No, we haven't. Let's get on this offensive side. I got to talk about this young man. Don't forget about this guy. Don't forget about him. I know we've been talking about defense. Let's jump to the offensive side, and I'm gonna change the music up for this one because I need this one. I need this one. I think a lot of people wrote this one off, and I took it personally because I know the young man personally, and I know the family, and I know what type of work ethic he puts in and what type of player person he is outside of things that. But as a football player, I know where the potential is. I know what the potential is. And this is an offensive lineman, believe it or not. And it's kind of hard to kind of say don't forget about him because of what happened last season. But don't forget about what Wilkin did when he came back from that. And like I said, none other than the young and Wilkin Former, y'all. This is going to be one of our catalysts. He's going to be the anchor for the offensive line this year. I truly believe that. A lot of us, we give so much hype to Caden Proctor, which is deserving. Been starting since he was a freshman, right? He's been starting since he was a freshman. But let's talk about Wilkin Formby, who, if you think about it, he was in the same position as Caden Proctor. He was in the same position. Both of them came in together. When I say Wilkin was just as much as developed as Caden at that time, if Caden wasn't the bigger frame or the bigger body, I think you see Wilkin in the same position. Going through those freshman woes and all this hype around him and all this giving him passes and stuff because he's a true freshman. Well, we saw that with Wilkin last year. And another thing we saw with Wilkin, he was heavier last year going into last season, right? He came in a little heavy. He wasn't all the way developed in his frame. Now he drops a few pounds, probably I think 10 or 15 pounds since last season. Gets that lean mass on. Stays above that 315 mark that you want to see these tall tackles at. That 6'7" frame with the 6'8", 6'9" wingspan. Now his feet are moving a lot better. I think we see a different type of specimen as far as production from Wilkin Formby this year. And a lot of people not going to pay attention to it because who pays attention to the offensive line when everything's going good? But watch how effective everything looks when we're running to that right side. I think the combination of Gino Vandermark and Wilkin Formby on the same side is going to be different, especially if Jaden Roberts doesn't make it back. I think because of their IQ, their finesse ability and their blocking and how they use their leverage is going to create so many big plays that we're going to be able to run to the right side. I think a lot of our power game is going to come from Cam and Caden, getting behind those guys, getting them going downfield, getting opportunities for Cam to get in those pin and pull situations where we got the pulling guard to the right. Cam in space is nasty. I can't wait to see Michael Carroll in space, but Wilkin Formby definitely some of those tackle center pulls that we're going to see. Those counter tackle pulls when the tackles pull into the strong side or to the weak side. It's going to be some nasty stuff going on. That guard pulling that step, man. Heavy with sticky hands. Facts, Jace. That boy was. Hey, I appreciate him. At least he kept him up. At least he kept him up. He wasn't just giving up and letting him get toe up. Like, I ain't gonna put no name on it. Y'all know who left. It's the reason why. You don't give up on a play and let your quarterback get killed. multiple times in the game, and then throw your hands up, grab that fool, go down to the ground. All right, next up, don't forget about him. We're gonna stay on the offensive side. Let me get down here to my running backs, man. Get down here to my running backs, cause a lot of y'all seem to think that there's that Dre Washington is the new sheriff in town, and no disrespect, Dre, but don't forget about Mr. Young. Do not forget about Mr. Richard. Do not forget about Mr. Richard. And while we're at it, don't forget about Mr. Hill either. Bama Nation. There's a reason why, and shout out to Clint Lamb. He wrote something that I talked about when we were doing a reaction to the to Coach Grubb's interview, talking about the running back room. Right? You see how he said Daniel Hill's name twice? He said it first, and then he said Dre Washington, and he said Daniel Hill. Well, I think he meant to say Richard Young. And we talked about that. We rewinded it. I think we clipped it too. I think Jordan clipped it. But Mr. Young, I feel like this time without Jam Miller, this is really going to put him on the map. Facts, Walter. Long gone. Welcome in, Walter. Good to see you. Roll Tide. TikTok, I ain't forgetting about y'all. Let me know how I can be a part, bro. What you mean, man? How you can be a part of what, Tonio? What you mean? Smook, what's good, D Hodge? Good to see y'all in the chat, man. Good to see y'all in the chat. Over there on TikTok. I see y'all. Well, yeah, so we looking at Richard Young, man. I think he's going to be the guy. Daniel Hill, don't forget about him. That running back room is still locked tight. It's still better than what you would see across the country. Right now, Alabama, with Daniel Hill, Richard Young, Jam Miller, the strongest running back room in the nation. Maybe not the most talented, may not have the most elusive, but the strongest running back room. And then you add Dre Washington and AK Deer to that spell group, that spell rotation. And I think Dre Washington being a spell back is the perfect opportunity for him, is the perfect spot. I don't think he needs to be a back that gets 12 to 15 carries. I think he needs to be the third or fourth back in the rotation, that after your two backs in front of him have already beat up the defense and created confusion for him for, 30 some snaps. You give him snaps 41 through 46, and those are impactful snaps. Those are impactful snaps where he can get in and make a difference, change the pace. Roll Tide, Keith, good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Walter. How come nobody talking about Kevin Riley? Well, Kevin Riley is the smaller of the backs, man. And in this system, you're going to need more downhill running. The way that this offensive line is built, you're going to need more downhill running. And he's just the smaller of the backs, and he's the youngest of the backs, too. Him and AK Deer are the youngest of the backs. And then I think y'all got to remember, man, Kevin Riley came in with more so of a receiving skill set. So I think if his opportunities do present himself, it'll be in the passing game from the backfield. What's good, Melvin? Good to see y'all in the chat, man. Roll Tide, y'all rolling in an hour late. Look, listen, we start at 8, y'all. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. Y'all know it, man. Y'all know it. I'm talking about everybody pulling up. Saw an article that referenced the last time DeBoer lost his starting back in fall camp, he ended up with a 1,000-yard rusher that season. Do you think, and I'm going to pose this to the chat right now while we're talking about the running backs, so don't forget the running backs. Do you think that there will be a need for, and if we do see it in 1,000-yard back, is it because of volume or because of explosive nature? Meaning, might have a back like Najee Harris, where he's getting 24 carries a game, but still averaging 140 some yards a game, averaging 6.8 yards per carry. Like, do we see that, Joe? Do we see that? Or do we see a guy that emerges as the back and gets 29 carries a game while everybody else getting 4 or 5? We know this offense is only going to hand the ball off 30, 35 times a game. I don't think this staff is going to utilize the back room like that. And I think because of guys being limited to 18 to 20, your lead back being limited to 18 to 21 carries a game, 21 carries, let's say 4.8 yard clip, that's putting you right at the 100 mark. 100 times 12, maybe. Maybe, and that's banking on you getting those 24, 21 and averaging 4.8 per carry on every. And then you got to think you're going to offset sometimes. You're going to have big explosive plays. But last year, the lead back averaged 6.1. That was Richard Young, or 5.6. I'm sorry, Richard Young. And I think I think somebody just said it. Corey Glover just said it. I think the vertical passing game is going to open up the run game, and we will have multiple back splitting carries. 100%. I agree. With Jam being down, I think we see it done by committee. Is that what you said, Club? Corey? Hey, you know what? Even with Jam here, I think it was going to be a real solid committee. Like, I think Jam was going to get 60% of the carries. He was going to get 20% to whoever was behind him and divide the other 20% up between running back 3 and 4. That's kind of what they did at Washington. They just didn't have guys as explosive as these guys. Dylan Johnson was an explosive back, and he really, because of the vertical passing game and its effectiveness, he was able to kill boxes, 6-man boxes, 5-man boxes. He was able to kill him. It doesn't matter who runs it. O-line has to maintain 100%. What's up, Sarah? Good to see you over there. This is my Tennessee fan. All right, I wanted to get to another question by Booby Miles before I continue this talk about running back room. Let's go back to the defense. I want to talk about this. This is a question I want to pose to the chat. I want to pose this to the chat. New Cheetah package. New Cheetah package. What does it look like? Who do you see filling out that Cheetah package that John mentioned the other day? I want to talk about it, and this is something that I like to do. So let's pull up our depth chart. Y'all want to pull it up? Let's pull it up. Let's pull up our board, chat. Come on, AAA fam, let's turn up. Where we at? Where we at? All right, let me clear it out. Let's clear it out. Dang, I wish I had Mary J here today. All right, so let me see. Let me know if y'all can see this tab good. Let me see. New Cheetah package. Put myself up top. Open it up a little bit. All right, y'all want to have some fun and do this real quick? I know y'all like this type of stuff, so don't act funky with me right now. Y'all want to have fun and do this real quick? Let's talk about this new Cheetah package, this blitzing package from Alabama that we're going to see. And I think I got to tell y'all, let's not change the alignment. Let's just talk about personnel. Just talk about personnel. We don't have to change the alignment, because I think with the Cheetah package, you see an unbalanced line. You see the wheel walk down right here, right, and play close to the line of scrimmage. You see more of a spread or wide technique. Get these guys wide so these guys can walk up in here and do their thing, kind of like what you see with everybody doing on NCAA, that double mug look, right? And you'll see the secondary, the brackets and everything. Let me see. Let's group this. See everything kind of walk down, fading outside. Husky definitely hugging in. Husky hugging in like that. So, and the good thing about this Cheetah pack is you're going to see the Husky playing in the overhang heavy. The Rover's going to be over top of the slot, wherever the slot is. Corner's going to be shading outside, depending on leverage. If he's off the line, he'll play off outside. If he's on the line, he'll play off over top, right? I don't know their rules verbatim. I'm just saying what we taught our DBs. All right, y'all know y'all like getting into this talk. Say, Smook, how you feel about the 9 game? Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that too. Gonna talk about that too. But Jam being down, no slight on any one back, but I don't think we'll have a 1,000-yard running back by committee. Me neither, Keith. I think it's just got to be like, you're going to find guys, somebody's going to have a 150 game. The other guys are going to have 30, 40. Then some games you're going to have where nobody's over 100 yards, but everybody's got 60 yards apiece. And you got 4 backs giving you 200 plus yards worth of rushing offense. 4 touchdowns between those guys. Like that's what you want to see, man. Yards per carry is the number that we're going to watch this season. All right, so let me pull my Cheetah package together. This is the Cheetah package I think is the first Cheetah package you see out there. Pull these guys out here. Let me find my guys. Let me go ahead and get Yanzi down here. I think you see something like this. As far as the front, I think you see it get real athletic like that. What Quay? I got Quay at the Wolf. I think with these Mike linebackers, let me get Lawson out here. Let me get my boy. Where Deontay at? Deontay, there he go. Let's get Deontay down here. Let's leave him like that. All right. Now, this is my speed rush package. Being open field, we trying to get to the quarterback, we trying to create pressure. This is who I have on the field. Getting all these guys out the way. I wanted to get y'all a clear picture. This is who I got out here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm glad y'all put this question out there. This is some good talk right here. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about my lineup and what y'all think. All right, what y'all think? What would y'all do? All right, let's start in the front. I think right now you got. Hey, that's what I'm saying. He playing that interior, getting back into playing that interior. But I don't think he's the first guy out. Quay is my Wolf guy. He's going to be your primary pass rusher, where he provides his ability to drop into coverage, his ability to key off of things and diagnose things. I think where you see his improvement is the open field tackling, finishing plays. All right. Defensive tackle. I think your first guy in that position that Jai is playing behind is going to be LT Overton. Right? And then I think I'm going to change this up too. Just based off what I know and what I've seen in practice, I think we might get more so pass rush ability, right? We're talking about pass rush, still being able to hold up the gaps if you got run. You get that with LT and you get that with Eldrick Hill. Pass rush, guys that are bigger frames, won't get thrown around by guards, can take on tackles, can take on guards, can take on centers, the interior of your offensive line. You get that, right? Without losing much weight, still being able to hold some bearing. And this is my open field speed rush package. All right. And then I see Yanzi Pierre getting an opportunity on the other side, going small on that side, right? Bray Hubbard hovering closer to the line of scrimmage, right? In the overhang. Same with Cam Calhoun, putting him over your strong side. So if you get a slot and a tight end on this side, you want Cam on this side. You're going to have your safety kind of shading this side. It's supposed to be together. You're going to have your safety kind of shading this side. Alignment wise, if it was against this formation, this is how it would look. I think even Bray would be a little bit more inside here. More like that. And my leverage will be here. My Wolf walking right upside the outside, head up on the tight end. Your Mike's going to split. Get our Mike here. He's going to split tackle, guard, defensive tackle. It's going to be head up over here on the right tackle. Nose guard going to be over the center. And it's going to be outside the left tackle. Who's going to be shading, depending on the shift. Going to shade the strong side every time, right? Great alignment here. And out of this, you're going to see a lot of your stunts and twists. Bray Hubbard, no, he can't cover. That's why you put him on the weak side as your husky, your weak side strong safety, providing your backside run support. So, Sarah, if you gonna have to catch the rewatch, bruh. Work got in the way this AM. King, good to see you in the chat, man. Roll Tide. But yeah, hey, good to see you, man. I almost didn't recognize the logo again. But that's why you have a guy, and you keep talking about Bray Hubbard can't cover it. I don't think he can't cover, man. I think Bray Hubbard is probably one of the best off-covered safeties we have. But you bring him close to the line of scrimmage because his strong suit is run support, right? So you get anything, get all that delayed action coming through here with your tight ends, you know, how everybody like to get cute nowadays. Let me get a marker. You know how everybody like to get cute nowadays where, you know, they flood everything this way, right? They got everything flooding. You in this set, even if you drop zone, you got coverage here. You're dropping deep third to the hash here. He's dropping deep third. He's going to play underneath here. He's got to play, you know, flats, the hook curl right up in here. And you're stunning here. Stunning here, you're sending. You know what I'm saying? Like all of these different concepts still have to apply. So a guy like Bray Hubbard being here, if they hand the ball off here, you want a guy like Bray Hubbard that can play and force everything back inside that you're slanting. Or if they sweep to that side, everything's leaving. You want a guy like Bray Hubbard that can track and go behind there and chase that play down, right? While everybody's trying to seal. While they're trying to seal, basing off their keys. While he's trying to get outside and seal, force it back inside. While he's trying to fill here. So that's why you got personnel like that. Dang, I just messed up that doggone chart. Can I reverse all this? I can. Look at that. Look at God. Won't he do it? That's what I'm saying. And this is what I need fans to understand, Joe. This is what I need fans to understand. You want that kid playing close to the line of scrimmage. Because if something leaks from the backfield, right? And let's get back on our clicker. If something leaks out of the backfield, let's say we have a running back like motion here. You want a guy like Bray Hubbard who can play all of this underneath area, right? All of this underneath area. You want a guy like Bray being able to play all this underneath area. So if he leaks out, if this running back leaks out and gives us the wheel, a guy like Bray Hubbard who has experience in that, he sees that. And he's not leaving and going flat here. He's leaving at the angle, watching the quarterback, taking away that read. Understanding he also might have an underneath sit with this wide receiver possibly crossing. So all of that experience and reps he got last year is what's going to help him not be out of position. And I think that's what's going to happen with our safety room. So that's my cheetah package up front. That's my first cheetah package. And like I said, because of the depth at these edge rushing positions, Quay Russaw, you know, behind him, you got Justin Hill, Yazi Pierre. You know what I'm saying? But you look at what the objective is. You want to get light without losing so much size. You want to get faster without losing so much size. I look at another group of personnel that can play in this cheetah package, right? And let's just worry about the front right now. Let's get Yanzi out of there. Let's get Keely out here on the edge. If I could find him. Y'all help me find Keon. Where that boy went? Come here, Keon. Oh, you don't want to get in the game? You mad because you ain't starting? All right, bet. We're going to put Justin out here. But I think for a cheetah package, like, per se, like, game time situations, that's when you're going to see a young guy like Justin Hill get an opportunity. Go in, we're calling this stunt. This is you. All right. Go in. We calling this stunt. This is you. Go put in work. This is your chance. This is your call. That's why I think we're gonna see Justin Hill at. All right, this is my second group of Cheetah package personnel. There go Keely right there. That's not where I want him. Because I think Kelby Collins is your second best pass rusher from that bandit position. Where Jeremiah Beeman at? Where Jordan Renard at? I'm missing personnel, chat. I think you got a situation where you get a guy like Jordan Renard, another smaller frame when it comes to height and weight, but moves with that interior feel. And I would even switch these guys up. I would think more so this. More so that. And then putting a guy like Kelby Collins out there on the edge. And people be like, why are you gonna put the bigger guy on the edge? One, because he's a true defensive end by nature, right? He's a true defensive end. I know this says linebacker, but he's definitely a defensive end, and plays the position well. Skill set out of that frame, plays it well. Roll Tide, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Brotherfoot. Brotherfoot said, good morning, Coach Smook. Roll Tide. One more month till the Tide going to show. Oh, no. You mean one more week, man. If you, FSU, who are you going at on Bama defense? Bray, Wing T, Wishbone, no problem. Spread, he's done. He's sick. You must don't understand that he led. Didn't he lead Alabama secondary in interceptions last season? And you got to remember the big interception, that his first one, I believe, he came from the opposite hash. So the speed is there. I think you're getting him mixed up with Red Morgan getting burnt out the slot. Ray Hubbard does very well walking down in the slot. So you think Jan will be back before Georgia? I think he'll be cleared before Georgia, but I don't think he will be utilized and as impactful in the Georgia game. I don't think he would need to be. I gotta ask Bama Nation in the chat, because a lot of people keep forgetting. Like, I don't talk about Jam Miller's injury. I think the extent of it is perfect, right? I think it's unfortunate, but at the same time, to understand and know what we have behind Jam Miller, this is the perfect scenario. Now your hand is forced, and you get to see guys with all this talent that you felt like were going to provide quality depth. Can they be the guy if you need them to be? Can they get a jump start? Can it be by committee with the guys behind Jam Miller? We know Jam can be the every down back, but can these guys behind him provide quality depth? And this is the perfect way to see it. You're talking about going into Florida State, a game where we're going to be running against Tony White's 3-3-5 system, right? That's what their defense is going to look like. Want to keep a lot of speed on the field. They're going to hug the line of scrimmage. But as far as the box, they're not going to feed the box. They're not going to fill the box. They'll keep the box light, and they'll hope to flood everything back inside. They hope to contain and force it inside. And I don't think that's going to be very well for them, because you got backs that run strong in this Alabama line, running back room, that have interior run features that they specialize in. So I just think it doesn't match up. I think Jam is in the perfect spot right now, being the guy, knowing that you're coming back to a situation where you come back and you pick up where you left off, right? And it's not a bad thing. So I don't necessarily want him back by Georgia. I think that's a game where you're going to have a rhythm with your other 3 to 4 guys, phase them back in through that game, right? Can't wait to see Hill truck some 220-pound linebacker. I know, man. And the thing is, everybody keeps talking about, missing Jam. You got to remember, we got 240-pound Daniel Hill that moves like, somewhat like a Najee Harris and an Eddie Lacy and a Mark Ingram and he got all those different styles and skill sets. I keep changing it up every time I go and see practice footage or see him in workouts or something. It's just like, is like, come on, man. This dude, bro. Me either, Smook. We won't miss a beat without Jam. Y'all act like Jam is Bo. Bo who? You talking about Bo Jackson? I don't think I will say that. I do feel like Bama fans, a majority of the Bama fan base who doesn't really watch football. And that's what it is. It's a lot of these people that don't know football that have the biggest followings, or they have like the biggest influence amongst the fan base when they speak on Twitter and all these social sites. They don't really know the game of football. They're Alabama football fans. So they go off of what the mainstream media puts out. And if they were to look at the game film and to see when Richard Young got in the game last season, all of his runs were literally like a half step of patience from being a big break, or if the left tackle picks up, Chips, Chips the right guy, it's a 12-yard gain. And Richard Young was the most explosive back. The yards per carry don't lie. I don't care if you look at when most of his carries came, he was limited in the amount of carries he had in meaningful game time. They talk about 16, 17 carries in meaningful game time, and during those carries were average of 5.8 yards. That's explosive. So yeah, man, I would like to see Jam back by Georgia, but if our youngins thriving, man, bring him back when we really going through our SEC play. Give our team an extra boost and spark. Exactly my sentiments. If you watched the show the other day when we reported on Jam's injury, I said the same exact thing. I think you allow him time to phase back in, make sure his condition is there, because when you have a dislocated collarbone or anything going on with the collarbone, you can't do nothing for real. Like cardio, you can barely breathe. It's hard to sleep with a dislocated collarbone. Anything upper extremity is hard to do anything. So work your way, phase your way back in, right? Keep yourself protected. So let's say Georgia's the second the fifth game of the season, right? I think the second week in September, third week in September. What's Georgia game? The 27th, right? Let me check. Yeah, we played Georgia on the 27th. So I think hosting Vanderbilt at home, perfect time to bring them back, right? Perfect time to bring them back. Vanderbilt at home. Keep them comfortable. 12 to 15 carries. Let's see if you can break something, if you can create a spark in their game. If you're still looking to step slow, it's all good. We're going to get you 12, 15 more carries next game. Ruby Ma said, facts. We good, man. Jam nice, but the rest of the guys will be just fine. But I think folks going off what they heard him doing this offseason. Facts. I feel like everyone is sleeping on Rich Young and forgetting he was a 5-star coming out of high school. Literally, it was him, Cedric Baxter, and Justice Haynes. I went and looked at it again. Justice Haynes was the number 3 back in that class. Richard Young was the number 1 back in that class. All 3 of them was 5 stars. I want to see those Mississippi backs do their thing. Me too, man. I want to see all of them do their thing. Can we just focus on week 1? We not in week 1 yet. We focus on week 1 next week, buddy. Y'all been watching them other channels. They been talking about week 1 for the past 90 days. Y'all ain't tired of talking about week 1? They literally been talking about it. It's been a countdown for 80 something days talking about Florida State. Didn't even know who the quarterback name was yet. They talking about how Alabama go fair against. Shut up. Young Buck's going to get some experience and build depth. Facts. Let them all deep. Let them all eat. Yeah, we deep. We deep, man. Richard, what's good? Next weekend, I'm ready. Go Dogs. What's up, Richard? Phone call segment open tonight, man. We're going to open the phone lines tonight. Friday night. Y'all know how we do. Make sure you bring your cups. Make sure you bring your cups. It don't matter what's in it, man. There ain't none of my business. Gonna be some water in mine, though. Gonna be some water in mine. Good to see everybody in the chat, though. Appreciate y'all. The fact that I know who you talking about. Man, listen. Every day, Sully. Every day, Sully. Every day. Keeping it 100, man. Oh, they talking about, yeah. They talking about Georgia. I thought you was talking about us. Let's talk about Florida State. I'm almost tired of talking about Florida State or seeing it talked about. Like, bro, we got kickoff. This is week 0. We still practicing on Saturday. And you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's transition. I don't want to carry the show on too much longer. We've been having some good conversation. Did y'all like that Cheetah package though? My second group Cheetah package was nice too. I had Kelby Collins at the Bandit, Ja Latham at the nose tackle, Jordan Renard at defensive tackle, Justin Hill at the Wolf. And then at the linebacker, inside linebacker positions, I think Lawson is going to get to be in that skill set that he specialized in. I don't know if y'all remember last year, Lawson was very effective on blitz packages, on blitz calls. I really do believe that. And when you don't see Nakai Hill Green out there, I'm gonna show y'all this before we transition to this next topic. When you don't see Nakai Hill Green out there at the inside linebacker position, at the wheel next to the mic, right? I think y'all gonna see this. Let me put this on the screen for y'all real quick. I think this is what y'all gonna see right here. Believe it or not, I think this is what y'all gonna see. Quay Rusar right here, inside linebacker position. So when you want to send those blitz, man, those different stunts, you walk him up here and he playing that little taunt game with these guys right here. You send him, stunt him, crash him, right? Crash him. And when you got a defensive tackle there, like let's say Keely's playing that position, or Latham's playing that position, or Overton's in the game, you got a stunt like that, you could drop athletic guys like that to the middle. You can have Collins, press the edge, set the edge, right? You can make him press the edge, and then you got him working one-on-one with either a tackle or a tight end or something by itself. You can drop a guy in the middle so you can press these guys, force them into either flooding out the pocket or something, and you got speed to cover that. You got Damani Jackson out there corner. You got your Husky playing underneath, playing that Robert technique. You got Sad playing safe over top, playing the middle of the field, something that he specializes in. You got Zay Mincy or Cam Calhoun playing that rover, right? Or Dre Kirkpatrick playing that rover. You got Cam Calhoun or Xavier Brown or Dijon Lee playing your back. Like all of these sets and personnel groupings that you can see because of the extensive nature of this defense and how easy it is to translate and correlate this information. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Cheetah package gonna be crazy. Cheetah package gonna be crazy. What's up, chat? What y'all got going? It's a kid. I saw 88 on D-line. Kid got nice hands and feet, quick hips. That's the young and Isaiah Fager. And he's still in his developmental stage. 88, one thing about 88 though, what you will see is he has the motor. Him and Steven Boomer, 25 and 88. We get into games where you're going to see a lot of run interior work, like Wisconsin. I think that'll be a game you'll see 88 and 25 really thrive in and get opportunities in because of that interior D-line rotation between Jeremiah Beaman, Tim Keenan, James Smith. Those three. You'll see Steven Boomer be the fourth guy. Jeremiah Beaman, Edric Hill, those interior guys getting the same type of feels. And then you'll see like Isaiah Fager be a spell guy in that room. What's up, Chief? Good to see you, man. Our resident Chief. I'm sorry, man. I'm sad to announce. I'm sad to announce this. I'm gonna stop the music. We have a new Fairweather fan president, brother. We have a new one. Brother, and I'm gonna have to announce it. I just had to let you know. You've been kind of not voted out. I kind of just made the decision to replace you because it's the off season, and I want to give you a clean slate. Chief. You're a solid guy. You've embraced that Fairweather fandom, but now it's time to embrace change. Okay, now it's time to embrace change, Chief. You know what? For a second, let's just go here for a second. Let's just have a moment. And just remember a moment, all right? Here we go, Chief. So we've changed the setting. He said he'll probably step down. See, Chief. See, so now we've come to a new space now, right? And I just want to say congratulations from being removed as the Fairweather fan president, and we've come to make a declaration today. All right, today's declaration here on the Coach Smook Network, as the leader and the founder of the Fairweather Fandom Identification Society Network, we want to reestablish some parameters around Fairweather fandom, okay? And as never being actually experiencing the livelihood of a Fairweather fan, because I've never been a Fairweather fan, right? Never been a Fairweather fan, and I'm with my squad, win, lose, or draw. And yes, it's one thing to acknowledge negatives, but when that's your driving force, you're a Fairweather fan. The only time you hype is when your team winning, or the only time you really talking that stuff is when your team winning. You can't stand on what you say when they down, like you start backtracking all that. We ain't with it. So for that reason, we have appointed a new Fairweather fan president here on the Coach Smook Network. And no, they don't come around and support publicly, but clearly they support privately, because I'm in a lot of their DMs, right? They group messages and stuff. And they like to speak on a lot of my takes daily. And I have to go to his Twitter page. I gotta go to his Twitter page, y'all. Here we go. And y'all gonna see a lot of these interactions, right? He used to follow me. Y'all remember when he used to follow me. But our new Fairweather fan president, I present to some and introduce to others, none other than the Bears Burner, Bear Bryant Burner on Twitter. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him. Y'all follow that energy so y'all can know the type of fan not to be. All right, the type of fan not to be. Hodge, I see you over on TikTok laughing. This is the fan you do not want to be. All right, and he sets the example on a consistent level. I listen, give it up for him. Bears Burner is the most Fairweather fan I've seen with such a large following on Twitter. Look at him, 9,000 followers, y'all. 9,000 followers. He gets slick. He say goofy stuff, right? He say goofy stuff, always trying to come at other fan bases and stuff. But you aren't even confident in your own team. You flip on your own team. Y'all see it, man. Y'all see it. And he's one of those guys. And I got a few more people as we continue to build this Fairweather cabinet of leaders and associates in the Fairweather fandom space. I'm continuing to evaluate. I have a team out there in the trenches right now, evaluating people's fandom and allowing us to stay free of Fairweather fandom. All right. So congratulations once again to Bears Burner. Hey, Spidey, appreciate you for tapping in over there on Facebook, man. Hitting that like button. Yeah, man. Hey, tell him. It's tell him he's the new president of the Fairweather fandom, the Fairweather fan club over here on the Coach Smook Network and amongst the AAA family. Y'all have seen the interactions there with the Bears Burner over the past year and a half. Oh yeah. You tagged me on the expansion of playoffs. I actually have a story on that. So let's get into that. Let's talk about that. Let's go back to the studio. And but once again, shout out to Bears Burner and congratulations on being our Fairweather president of the Coach Smook Network, Fairweather fan. Hey y'all, so before we end the show, let's talk about some hot topics, man. Going out in style today. Let me see if I can get a banner up without looking like I don't know what I'm doing. Let me see. Hold on. College football hot topics, man. Mary J. Leaving me by myself. Mary J. leaving me by myself. Y'all, her and Britt. Y'all make sure y'all let them know how y'all feel about them leaving me by myself on today's show. If y'all enjoyed today's show, man, put some fire emojis in the chat. Put some AAA emojis in the chat. All that good stuff. All right, let's get these topics up, man. I want to talk about these topics of discussion today, man. College football playoff and expanded. I mean, the SEC schedule. Conference games moving from 8 to 9 conference games starting next season. I like this. Let's go here. Let's share this one. Where's the story at? Here it is. Let's go here. All right, let's go here. So let's talk about it. Let's read it and talk about it. SEC to go with 9-game conference schedule starting in 2026. This is reported by Heather Dinich. This was yesterday, about 5 p.m. What y'all think? Off rip, talk about it. I follow you on Twitter. I tag you on the. Okay, yeah. Let's talk about it. Let me get my TikTok chat over here too. Hold on, TikTok. I ain't forgot about y'all. I need one more screen, y'all. I swear for Lord. Y'all give me that one more screen. I swear for Lord. That's what my folks say. All right, y'all. And then let me get back on this layout. I don't know why I keep putting myself at the bottom. Let's go up here. All right. Banner out the way. That's better. The SEC will play a 9-game conference schedule starting in 2026. The league said Thursday, a historic move is being considered for years. The decision was approved by the SEC's presidents and chancellors after a recommendation by the athletic directors in the conference. Adding a 9th SEC game underscores our university's commitment to delivering the most competitive football schedule in the nation. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey said in a news release, this format protects rivalries, increases competitive balance, and paired with our requirement to play an additional power opponent, ensures SEC teams are well prepared to compete and succeed in college football playoff. That's all you need to read. Each team will face every other SEC program at least once every 2 years and every opponent home and away every 4 years. SEC teams are still required to schedule at least one additional high-quality non-conference opponent from the ACC, Big 10, or Big 12 conferences or Notre Dame each season. The SEC will continue to evaluate its policies to ensure that the continued schedule of non-conference opponents from the Power Four. Several ACC athletic directors told ESPN they see no reason traditional ACC-SEC rivalries will be impacted, but future scheduled games with SEC could be canceled. ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips said his league is not planning to move from its 8-game conference schedule at this time. I like where we're at with 8 games, Phillips said. We'll adjust if we have to, but I think some of the traditional non-conference rivalry games that we really enjoy could go away. How? You know what needs to go away? Keep the traditional rivalries, right, between the conferences. Get rid of the Eastern Illinois on our schedule. Get rid of the Mercer on the schedule. I know we have opportunities to pour into these universities and create opportunities for them to be seen, but when we're talking about what's the overall goal for these programs, what really brings in the money? Is it playing the team and beating them by 60 for, in the second week of the season or the week before your last home game, your last rivalry game of the season? Or is it beating Ohio State in week 2 after or week 1 and then having to start your conference schedule in week 2 against Tennessee? Well, not Tennessee. We don't want to move them from third Saturday. Week 1 Ohio State, week 2 Florida. Then mess around and have to turn around and play Texas in week 3. And you get another out of conference game. Come on, man. That's where the college football needs to be. You're able, the portal, recruiting. You're able to make all of these moves in the offseason to pad rosters just like the pros. Why not put it to test off rip? The offseason workout schedule has been adjusted. You see more unorganized, organized practice schedules and offseason workout sessions being conducted at these private facilities. Players meeting up on their own with scheme and, coaching tips and the iPads and all of this stuff. So why not? Let me get some thoughts in the chat. Auburn, Tennessee, LSU, and Georgia should be our 4 permanent. Oh yeah, we year in and year out. But you can't take away Florida. We got to get Florida in there, man. I think our history with Florida is probably more relevant and more competitive than our history with Georgia. Our recent history with Georgia is competitive, but we've dominated Georgia historically. I don't give them that respect. Tennessee, LSU, Auburn, of course, they got to stay. Heather Dennis don't know what she talking about half the times. You know what? She writing about the right stuff. Ain't none of this her take, so I'm good with Heather Dennis right now. Heather be on that stuff on them panels, man. They be like, shout out to Miss Dennis, man. I ain't got no problem with you. They're trying to make us cancel each other out. I don't think so. I think right now you're forcing teams like Notre Dame to pick a conference. Join the ACC, Notre Dame. Right? You want to continue to be in the college football playoff? Join the ACC. You're forcing teams like Liberty, who's coming up in recruiting. Go ahead and join the ACC. You're forcing the Big 12 and whatever they are now. Those other Power 5 conferences, you're forcing them to maintain. If you want to keep talking about the SEC and what the SEC is, well, keep up. Play more conference games. Play more competitive games. Let's clear all of these lower level, these Power 4 schools. Let's give them their own bracket. Give them the 2 best teams out of the Power Conference, out of Power 4. Give those 2 best teams their 2 spots in the playoffs. And then the rest of the playoffs, that's why I'm telling y'all that 16-team playoff, as crazy as it sounds, is going to be the best thing that happened to college football. It's going to be the best thing that happened to college football because you have those group of 4s and those second team, those runner-up guys that are going to be, ranked 14 and 12 out of the ACC and the Big 12. They probably won't be, strength of schedule won't be there to help them be in the top 8. So they'll be the ones, the 12 through 16, that'll be able to go out there and create value for themselves. While we get put through hell, Oregon get a cupcake schedule to the playoffs. And that's why you see Oregon fail the way they do. That's why it's important for everybody else around Oregon to continue to do what the SEC is doing. I love this. I love this for the SEC. I love this for the SEC. I love it. It makes sense. 9-game playoff schedule. So that's to me. Now you get away from the tiebreakers, right? You get away from the tiebreakers. Now that you're playing every other SEC school once every 2 years, right? You get away from the tiebreakers in the regular season. Strength of schedule should be there. I can imagine a year with Alabama playing, let's say we open up against USC. Who is our 2027 opening matchup? I forget who it is. 2027, we open up against USC. The Alabama-Oklahoma rivalry that was agreed on a few years back to go through 2028, that got nixed when Texas and Oklahoma joined the conference. But I could see us doing like a crazy gauntlet schedule next season, right? Talking about let's go open up against USC or UCLA somewhere out west. Let's get out of conference and have some fun, right? And then week 2, lining up against Nebraska, right? Then week 3, you're forced to go into conference play. Instead of having that cupcake game, you're forced to go on the road against Florida, go to the Swamp. Then week 4, you host week 4, you host Ole Miss. Week 5, Georgia comes in next season. Week 5, Georgia comes in. Week 6, you get a bye week before Georgia. So basically week 6, which would be your after your bye week and playing Georgia. Week 6, you got Vanderbilt. Week 7, you switch it up. You don't got Tennessee this year. You're not staying in Tennessee. You get Mississippi State this year. No, we get Kentucky this year. And then following that, you get Tennessee. Then following that, you get your who usually come after Tennessee? We get what? Maybe Oklahoma. Then follow that up, you get your bye week, LSU. Then you get your non-conference game. Then you get Auburn. That's a schedule. That's an exciting schedule. That's an exciting schedule. I like it. I like where it goes. We gonna have an in-depth conversation on the phone line about it tonight. Shout out to the 33 in the chat over there on YouTube, man. Appreciate the 29 likes on the stream, man. Y'all running it up. Thank y'all so much for being who y'all are, man. Let me give y'all a round of applause, man. That's huge. We got 29 likes on the stream. 29 likes on the stream. TikTok, appreciate y'all. Matt Smith said, put me in the game. Coach Smook, you in the game already, man. We actually about to crank this game up today. We about to crank the game up today. I'm gonna play good today, y'all. Y'all come through on TikTok and support your boy. But other than that, man, make sure y'all check out the merch. Make sure y'all check out the merch. Make sure y'all check out the merch. I'm gonna keep saying it. The merch is hot. It's hot fire right now. Make sure y'all go check it out because we have a go get your merch. There it is. We got new designs, Scoop Boogie, all that. We got the ready to play, put me in the game, coach. We got the I beg for likes, hoodies, all of that stuff. Matt, I see you in the chat, man. Roll Tide, my guy. Appreciate y'all for being here again. And like I said, go check out the merch. Don't forget, if you want to become a member, got the links on every main page of our profiles now. Should be on Instagram, should be on YouTube, and those are the only two. It's not on Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. That's how you become a member right here on the Coach Smook Network. Shout out to our sponsors, everybody that's supporting the Coach Smook Network, both on the monetary side and with our nonprofits. Shout out to our partners, everybody across the nation that's supporting the Coach Smook Network, not just in the state of Alabama, not just in Georgia, but we got some real support across the nation. Can't wait to see it. And shout out to once again, shout out to the captains. Alabama's just named their captains last night yesterday after practice. Day before. Is it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday after practice, you see Ty Simpson, Deontay Lawson, Tim Keenan, and Parker Brailsford headlining the 2025 captains of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Shout out to them and congrats to them. Can't wait to see their leadership and things displayed on the field. Just because the guys wearing the C don't mean they're the only leaders. There's a lot of players, veteran players on this roster, and I think that's a tell to this system and the culture that Coach Kalen DeBoer is developing and continuing to carry on in as far as Alabama having a successful culture in college football historically. So with that being said, y'all, thank y'all for being here again. Once again, hopefully y'all enjoyed the live. Again, we at 31 likes. Y'all doing it. Continue to run the likes up. Don't forget to like it on your way out. If you're watching this post live, remember all the questions I asked you. Put your Cheetah package in there. You know, each position, put your Cheetah package in there. Running back status. Who's the guy that emerges? Name a guy that we can't forget about. Maybe somebody I didn't acknowledge, because I think we talked about it just about everybody else on the offensive side, other than those three names: Daniel Hill, Richard Young, Wilkin Formby. Those are the guys that I said don't forget about on the offense. Defensively, I said don't forget about Noah Carter. Don't forget about Ja Latham. Don't forget about Xavier Brown. Don't forget about Nakai Hill Green. Right? We talked about these names. But don't forget about it. Leave a comment in the chat. I'll respond, whether it's in short form in the chat or a VOD something. We'll respond to you. But with that being said, I'm your boy Coach Smook here on the Coach Smook Network. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, Coach Smook. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be blessed. See y'all tonight for the call-in show.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
He's hard like a tackle, making plays, I'm about to break some. Keep me off the ball, I run it back, I'm about to shake some. Ready to play, I'm ready to play. Hit hard like a tackle, making plays, I'm about to break some. Keep me off the ball, I run it back, I'm about to shake some. Ready to play, I'm ready to play. Hit hard like a tackle, making plays, I'm about to break some. Keep me off the ball, I run it back, I'm about to shake some.
Leandre Gotte Gius.